Hey guys, it's Hallie. I haven't really made many videos updating us in a long time. Um, I have introduced him before, but I'll introduce him again since it's been a while. This is Baby Julius. Today he is 5 weeks and 6 days old. He will be 6 weeks tomorrow. And I think the last couple days he's been going through a growth spurt because he's like a nightmare. I love you, but it's true. Like, he has just been wanting to nurse constantly, and he's nursing so much that he just spits it all up. I was on a really strict schedule for a while. I would only let him nurse for 20 minutes, and as soon as I stopped nursing, I would time it for 2 hours. And when he would sleep, I would let him sleep most of the night. If he slept any longer than like 5 hours, which hasn't happened yet, I would wake him up. It was 4 hours, but that's only for newborns up to a month. So now that he's getting a little older, I think you can actually go up to 6 hours, but I just wanted to do 5 just in case. But he hasn't done that yet. He's been waking me up like every 2 or 3 hours. He knows it's time to eat. He'll just start crying. And I don't know, but he's just been spitting up so much, and I figured I'll let him eat a little bit more because he is getting bigger. He probably needs just a little bit more milk. And it's not like every time they get bigger they need more milk. It's just that when they're born, their stomachs are like the size of a small marble, and then by the end of the first week, I think the doctor said it's like the size of a golf ball. So now it's like it's bigger than that, but it's not going to be like the size of my stomach or anything like that for quite some time. So I think the rule of thumb for adults is the size of your fist. I'm not sure if it's the same for babies, if it's the size of their fist. That would actually make sense if it was, but I don't know. But either way, I just figured I'd feed him a little bit more because he's getting older, but I don't know. I guess it didn't work out too well because he's been spitting up so much he probably wasted it all by now. He's been screaming and seriously inconsolable. I'm actually lucky right now that he's being so calm. He's not sleeping. Actually, every once in a while you might actually see him peek out of one eye because he does the one eye thing, which is funny because his dad does that too when he's really tired. So he rolled over the first time at 3 weeks flat. He's been rolling over so much faster now. Before, it would take him a couple minutes on the tummy time mat to roll over. Now I just have him on the mat for 10 seconds and he's like but it's a little bit difficult because I'm trying to teach him to use his arm muscles more and lift his head up and just get his muscles working, but he just wants to roll back over. So sometimes I just kind of assist him instead of letting him roll over on his own. I'll just kind of hold him there or teach him to use different muscles. However, since he's getting bigger, he's getting to the point where he wants to stand. This little man is 1.5 months old tomorrow. He's not even 2 months yet. Kids don't walk until they're at least 10, 11 months. And that's early from what I hear. But most of my friends' kids start walking at a year, 13 months, 11 months, around then. However, even when I change his diaper, I usually hold him right here, but without my leg up. And I snap the bottom of his onesie. Well, he's getting to the point where he stands on my leg and he'll push himself up. And sometimes I'm barely holding on to him and he's just standing by himself. And for a while he kept trying to do it and I was like, no. I was holding him higher so he wouldn't. And my mom's like, you shouldn't let him do that because, he's going to be bow-legged or hurt his hips, whatever. So I'm like, okay. But now he's getting a little bit older and he's still only 1.5 months, which is still a teeny tiny baby, but it's not like he's 3 or 4 weeks trying to push up or trying to stand. His bones are, hardened a little bit now. But he just does his own thing. He doesn't really care what I do or what I say. He's already not listening, just like his dad, like a regular Taurus. I try to put his Binky in his mouth, and he will just hit it right out. Or sometimes he'll knock it out himself, and then he'll start crying. And I'm like, well, you're the one that did that yourself. You knocked it out. Apparently you didn't want it. So, I don't know. He has a mind of his own. What else is he doing? Oh, he was starting to crawl a little bit. I posted a video, but in the video, of course, he doesn't want to do it. He's not moving fast. It's just he's not on his hands and knees. It's more like his elbows and the sides of his arms and like tips of his knees. And he'll just like move himself across the tummy time pad, but he doesn't go from one side to the other. He'll go from one side almost to the other side, and then he like turns a little bit. Like he'll do like a whole circle. But it's really funny, and my mom saw it, so I'm not completely crazy. Because she didn't even believe me when I told him that he rolled over. She was like, "Nuh-uh, babies don't do that till 3 months." I'm like, "No, dude, he rolled over." So, I don't know. And then I got 2 or 3 hours of sleep last night. Like, he's just been screaming and screaming, and it's like, it's so frustrating. But I know that, you know, he's just, you know, probably going through his 6-week growth spurt. They go through a growth spurt. I think I posted another video about this. 3 weeks, 6 weeks, 3 months, 6 months. I'm sorry, 10 days. Around 10 days old, 3 weeks old, 6 weeks, 3 months, and 6 months. I'm guessing that even though it says 6 weeks, I know in some of the sites it doesn't have to be exact. It could be a week before, a week after, a couple days before, days after, or even weeks, like, you know, a couple weeks off. So I think that he just had his growth spurt, you know, about 4 days early, and hopefully when they go through a growth spurt, usually it's like 2 to 4 days of like them being really fussy. Right now he's being a little angel. It's awesome. But yeah, he's just been really, really fussy. So he's been like that, I want to say, since Saturday, maybe Sunday, and today's Wednesday. So I'm hoping this is the last day of it. Knock on marble. Or maybe tomorrow will be, but I know it could be a lot worse, so I'm just ready for it to be over. Crawling, standing. He's been cooing, like the ah, or the ooh, for about, I want to say like 2.5 weeks. But within the last week or so, about the last week, last 7 days, he's been doing it a lot more. And I read online, you know, why do they coo or when do they coo? It turns out they coo usually when they're most relaxed. So sometimes he'll lay down and he'll just sit there and he'll be like, ah. And we always do it back to him. And then sometimes he'll do it back to us. And then I was like, you know, in my baby books, like trying to figure out what I should teach him, because I know he gets bored sometimes doing the same routine. And in one of my parenting magazines, it says to make faces at your baby because they'll try to mimic you. And it said an easy one is to stick your tongue out. And I was like, well, I was always taught you should never stick your tongue out, because then they stick your tongue out, you know, back to you, and then it's something you have to correct later on. But I was like, you know what, if it's like, you know, developing his muscles or, you know, his brain, whatever, fine. So I posted a video yesterday of me trying to get him to stick his tongue out. And let me see here. I actually did end up getting him to stick his tongue out. Looks like his lip, but it's his tongue. But yeah, and he did it once in the video, maybe twice. But the one time he really like, his head was to the side, and my camera, anyone who has an iPhone, they know when you use your camera, it's like a regular, it's like, you know, a normal distance. But as soon as you turn the camera on, it's like you have to hold the phone back so much further. It's really annoying. So I'm sitting there holding the phone up here. I can't even see what I'm recording. But you can, when I watch the video back, you can see it a little bit that he did stick his tongue out. But I'll get him to do it eventually on tape. I've been trying to take a lot of pictures of him. I love photography in the first place, but it's like I don't really have that many pictures when I was a baby, and I would love to look back and like see pictures like that, or see pictures with me and my mom or me and my dad, or, you know, the places I went. So I try to like make sure that when I can, you know, I update his Facebook as to like what, you know, what we're doing, Mommy and Julius time, or, you know, stuff like that. Pictures and video. I love video. My only problem now is that my computer hard drive is practically full. My iPhone hard drive is practically full. I can't just put a memory card in here and all of a sudden I can take more pictures. You know what I mean? And it's just really frustrating. And I was burning some stuff to a DVD. But with him, I don't want to burn all of his stuff to a DVD. Because unless I had like a really big DVD, it would probably have to be on a couple of them. I think I have already about like 25 gig. And the only reason why it's so much is because a lot of that is video, and it's, you know, high quality video, which sucks. I mean, it's nice to have high quality, but it sucks because it takes up so much room. So, sorry. I forgot what I was going to say. So yeah, I'm just frustrated because I don't want to have to put his pictures and videos on 10 different DVDs. I'd rather put it on one DVD and just make a couple copies in case it ever gets scratched. I don't want to put it on DVDs and then delete it from my computer and then all of a sudden I don't have it. You know what I mean? So we'll see what happens. I might just have to buy another external hard drive because the one I have is acting funny, which bugs me also because it's huge. It has like so much space. I could put like my entire computer hard drive on it plus my phone, and it's just acting goofy. So this is the little man at 5 weeks, 6 days. He's sleeping. Sometimes when he sleeps, I don't know if you could see it in the video, I know he was just doing it a second ago, he like nurses nothing. He's going, but you know, not quite like that. I just can't do the face. It's like the nursing face, basically. So, anyways, I'm gonna take advantage of him sleeping. I'm not sure by what, because I can't get up because I don't start crying again because I'll wake up. I have his bouncer right here next to me, and I can't even put him back in that because he'll wake up and start crying. So I'm kind of stuck in this chair, but at least I get to update you guys. Alright guys, thanks for watching. If you have any questions or concerns, go ahead and send me a message and I'll try to address them.